Hey, grade fours, we're going to read Hardy Boy Adventures, Tunnel of Secrets, Chapter 17, Zombie Graveyard. Sal had been smart enough to clear out of the way before I started swinging the trident around me in a circle. I felt like Samurai Master Minato Musashi in the Book of Five Rings, setting the rest of the knights driving out of the way while Joe and Layla made their escape. By the time I stopped spinning, I was dizzy enough to fall over. Sal didn't miss a beat, though. He ran past the dazed knights, grabbed me by the arm, and dragged me through a hidden exit behind the vault. A few twists and turns later, we stepped out into the dark, rainy alley. By now, I had a pretty good guess as to where the treasure was. The Admiral letter in the vault had said the only other person who knew where the treasure was hidden was his wife. Seeing as she was already dead when he wrote the note, I knew exactly where to find her. "Come on, Sal, let's make for the Admiral's tomb," I said. Sal shook his head so hard I thought he might give himself whiplash. "I know you're worried about ghosts, but there's no scientific evidence that they actually exist," I explained. Sal shook his head no again. He took out the soggy pad of paper and wrote 2 words before the ink smeared: "The curse." I tried a different tactic. "The Admiral said the curse was for people seeking the treasure, right? But we're not even doing that. We're trying to save Layla and Joe. The Admiral would have done the same." Sal nodded slowly and took his first step in the direction of the graveyard, a look of grim determination on his face. I gave him a reassuring pat on the back. "Layla is lucky to have you as a great Uncle Sal. I think the Admiral would approve." The corner of Sal's mouth turned up just a little. I made a quick stop on the way, ducking into a convenience store to grab Sal a fresh notepad and use the phone before we reached the cemetery's ancient black gates. The cemetery was the oldest and spookiest in Bayport, filled with 300-year-old graves, raised marble mausoleums, and strange statues. The Admiral's tomb was the cemetery's most famous mausoleum, which is a monumentum that houses the chamber where the actual corpse is, usually in some kind of stone sarcophagus. The tomb had large marble columns that framed a giant slab of a door engraved with the Eye of Providence, like the one over the Secret City vault, only bigger and more piercing. I shrugged off Sal's fears, but the place was bone-chilling. We had almost reached it when Sal came to an abrupt stop and took off running like he'd seen a ghost. Only it wasn't ghost, not technically at least. I stood there gaping as the door to the Admiral's tomb creaked open and a pair of gore-drenched zombies came stumbling out. And that's chapter 17. Stay tuned for chapter 18. Bye, grade 4s.